Every year, millions of animals are sacrificed on Eid, but there's a secret behind these animal sacrifices that almost all Muslims today don't know. But in today's video, you will learn about it. 4,000 years ago, when our Prophet Hazrat Abraham, peace be upon him, had a dream in which he was commanded to sacrifice his son Ismail in the way of Allah. When Hazrat Ibrahim, peace be upon him, woke up from this dream, he faced one of the biggest tests of his life. The son for whom Hazrat Ibrahim, peace be upon him, had prayed his entire life, and whom Allah had blessed him with in his old age. Now Allah was asking for the sacrifice of this very son. Hazrat Ibrahim, peace be upon him, called his son Ismail to him and told him about this dream. Then Hazrat Ismail, peace be upon him, said, "Father, do what Allah has commanded you to do." After this, Hazrat Ibrahim, peace be upon him, set out with his son towards Mount Hina, which is near Mecca. As they were heading towards the mountain, Satan kept trying to mislead them repeatedly. Whenever Satan would say something to them, Hazrat Ibrahim, peace be upon him, would throw stones at him. This is why today when Muslims go for Umrah, they stone Satan. Hazrat Ibrahim, peace be upon him, did not fall for Satan's words. He reached the mountain and laid his son down there. Then he blindfolded his own eyes because he could not bear to see his son being sacrificed. After this, he picked up the knife and placed it on his son's neck. Just as he was about to use the knife, Allah's miracle occurred, and a ram appeared before them from paradise. When Hazrat Ibrahim, peace be upon him, removed the blindfold from his eyes, he found that ram in front of him, and Hazrat Ismail, peace be upon him, was unharmed. Allah had accepted their sacrifice and made it a tradition, sunnah, for the coming Muslims. Hazrat Ibrahim's sacrifice was indeed a great sacrifice, but Hazrat Ibrahim, peace be upon him, did not know that a person would be born in his lineage who would witness his entire family being sacrificed in the way of Allah with his own eyes. Hazrat Ibrahim, peace be upon him, had blindfolded his eyes, and his son was not even sacrificed. But this person would see the blood of not one, but two of his sons flowing before his eyes. Before his eyes, his brother's hands would be cut off, but he would remain pleased with Allah's will, and after sacrificing his family, he would also sacrifice his own life in the way of Allah. Allah made Hazrat Ibrahim's sacrifice a tradition for Muslims. This is why every year millions of animals are sacrificed in the way of Allah. Every year millions of Muslims who speak different languages from different countries and different cultures perform this tradition together, which brings unity among Muslims. This is the world's largest religious event after Hajj, which boosts the economy by billions of dollars. Farmers and shepherds earn their livelihood by selling animals. Butchers, shopkeepers, and transporters run their businesses, and this helps local markets and local businesses grow. After sacrificing, the meat is divided into 3 parts, one part for the poor and one for relatives, so that people who cannot afford it can also eat meat. Through this, meat is donated all over the world, distributed in war zones, refugee camps, and poor areas, which helps these people too. Every year, sacrificial meat is sent to more than 40 countries. This is why al-Adha is the world's largest food-driven relief effort. When Muslims distribute meat to the poor with their own hands, it increases humility, gratitude, and generosity within them. But are these the only reasons behind this tradition, or is there another reason behind it? Hazrat Ibrahim, peace be upon him, had sacrificed his most beloved thing, his son, in the way of Allah, because a person loves their children more than anything else. This is why Allah asked him to sacrifice his son. Therefore, sacrifice is not just about sacrificing animals, but sacrifice means sacrificing your most precious thing, your ego, nafs, in the way of Allah. Use the knife on your ego, not just on the animal. This is why Allah made this tradition for Muslims, so that every year Muslims remember Hazrat Ibrahim's sacrifice and give up their most beloved thing for Allah, that which has become a barrier between man and Allah, such as pride, envy, greed, wealth, etc. Just as his son was dear to Hazrat Ibrahim, peace be upon him, similarly today money is dear to many Muslims. So the person who buys an animal with his wealth and sacrifices it in the way of Allah is also sacrificing his most beloved thing in the way of Allah. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, used to follow the tradition of Ibrahim with great enthusiasm. You would sacrifice animals on Eid. In fact, on the last Eid of your life, you sacrificed 100 camels, of which you sacrificed 63 camels with your own hands and ordered Imam Ali, peace be upon him, to sacrifice the rest. Although the sacrifice could have been done with just one camel, but you, peace be upon him, sacrificed your wealth wholeheartedly in the way of Allah. At that time, one camel was equivalent to today's luxury car, because at that time, wealth consisted of camels, goats, and horses. Whoever had more of these animals was richer because many things like transport and milk were associated with these animals. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said that sacrifice is not just about blood and meat, but it is about a Muslim's loyalty and piety, taqwa, to Allah. It is also mentioned in the Quran that your meat and blood do not reach Allah, but your piety reaches Allah. This means that the animal represents the human ego, nafs. But nowadays many non-Muslims criticize the way Muslims perform sacrifice because non-Muslims slaughter animals in one strike, while Muslims cut half the throat of the animal while taking Allah's name so that the blood from its body flows out. But this method causes pain to the animal, and non-Muslims criticize our method for this reason. But this method is the best because when half the throat of the animal is cut, toxins and bacteria from its body come out with the blood, after which the meat becomes completely clean for eating. Whereas in the non-Muslim method, the animal's neck is cut off in one strike, due to which blood cannot come out of the body, which poses health risks in the meat. While in the Muslim method, compassion has been commanded when slaughtering the animal. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, commanded the use of sharp instruments when slaughtering animals so that the animal is slaughtered quickly and suffers less. And in Islam, keeping a knife in front of the animal or slaughtering another animal in front of it is also avoided, and beating it or causing it pain is also prohibited. Whereas in Western countries, animals are given electric shocks before cutting them, and in big factories, thousands of animals are cut mechanically in 1 hour so that the animal becomes unconscious. But in this, many times animals don't become unconscious. They get scared, and this is quite painful. But when an animal's throat is cut in the halal way, the main arteries, windpipe, and esophagus are cut. This immediately drops the blood pressure to the brain, due to which the animal loses consciousness in 3 to 5 seconds. Its consciousness is lost, and when brain function is lost, the animal's pain receptors stop working, due to which the animal does not feel pain. A study was done at the University of Hanover in which animals were studied through brainwave monitors while being slaughtered in the halal way, and shockingly, no evidence of pain was seen in the animal after its throat was cut. This means the animal had a painless death. This Eid is an opportunity for all of you to sacrifice your most beloved thing in the way of Allah, that which has become a barrier between you and Allah.